nishike?
Yeah.
Lazima nishike hivi.
Itakuwa mzigo sana.
We. But ni sawa. Sawa. Master Harry. Thank you. Yes, at the end of the day, you will tell me whether I'm competent. I think also I should undergo some training on this so that we become one. Now, we want to move on to the next agenda of the day. My media person has loaded me with so many gadgets. I don't know. I wish you had a stand. Or you have a wireless. Or you can integrate. Yes. That is technology. Yeah. So thank you so much. We want to move on to the last lane or second last lane of our process today. This is now the real thing where we need a technical expertise. Tunahitaji tena the people who have experience. They are our cream chair there. We shall be expecting us that we really concentrate and try to look at in a deeper perspective. I know from here, we shall also have another platform which is virtual to reach far and wide to those people who are experts in this area across the nation in our TVET colleges, and they will also be able to shape this. My discussion will center so much on Islamic Studies Level 6 and Arabic Language Level 6. The reason being is Level 6 for both courses carries all the other levels. So by speaking into this particular Level 6, we shall be able to also speak to the lower level. Dr. Musa, I wish also we shall be having the secretariat from the experts so that you are able to write any inputs, technical inputs from this sitting, so that now it shall inform our next review or rather validating the document. So whatever is being discussed, where we are going to critique the document, we shall be able to list down. So one person to be handling Islamic studies and another one Arabic languages. I will be taking us through this development process as a milestone penye tumetoka. Pale Dr. Musa alianzia na our CEO na akafuata hivyo in all their discussion, yale ambayo walizungumzia, we package them technically. Ikawa as technical information. Whatever he said as in the TNA, training need assessment, and ikapitia process yote, it went back to the experts now to document in a formal way that can be understood by various experts of education. So TVET curriculum development process stages, we are just summarizing whatever had been done, but this is what Dr. Musa and the team have been able to do. This will ensure that we get the right document that will pass test of time, and it will be able to go through approval stages. These are the things that shall be required. Occupational mapping, where you get to understand what are the various occupations in the Islamic studies world. I will be speaking to each and individual, and this is the time also when we go to the real document now where we said Chief Imam should be able to do A, B, C, D. That is now when you are supposed to tell us right or wrong, tuongeze ama tutoe. That is where we are also looking at. Development of OS, packaging of OS into modular curriculum. Modular is also another philosophy, approach of trying to develop or deliver content to our students, considering what's called flexibility, entry behavior, and all time frame, cost implication, and all that. It's called modularization, and you shall also be able to understand. We shall now look at validation and approval. I will be sharing a validation checklist so that when you get a document, you check against the checklist that I'll be giving you us. So stage one is occupational map. What do? We identify key roles in Islamic studies practice. We define major duties and tasks. We align training with industry and community needs. This document also will be able to guide the DECAM, develop curriculum and curriculum structure. So this is the beginning. From the training need, we want to know who are these people practicing Islamic studies in their different cadres, from the lowest to the highest, or from the highest to the lowest. Whether with formal certification or without, because we are looking at the industry. The industry rely more of the outputs. So from the output is now we go to the human resource, certified, qualified person. But we begin by what does the community want? And then now we are able to map it, and now we define the duties and major roles for those people in different cadres in this particular sector of Islamic studies. Check my wording. I'm referring so much to Islamic studies, but also put in brackets Arabic language, so that we kill so many birds with one stone because of time. Secondly, we have the DECAM chart. DECAM chart is developed by subject experts who are here. The main work here is you break duties into specific competencies, because in a small way, you do something. It sum up to somebody's skill in a certain area. And you identify the required knowledge, skills, and attitudes for you to perform that particular duty, or rather to exhibit that competency required in a certain workplace. So what is coming into play is the knowledge, skills, na attitudes. Tulisomeshwa na Madam Yvonne. Skills, na knowledge, na attitudes. Zote ukichora, tunasema mviringo. One, a circle ya attitude, another mviringo ya knowledge, another one ya skills. Ukileta hizo mviringo pamoja, kuna penye ina overlap, alafu kana form ka I moja. Iyo intersection penye knowledge, skills na attitude zinakutana, huyo ndio mtu ambaye tunahitaji kwa society wetu. That is what's called where these three aspects meet. And because of DECAM chart, when we have discussed what Chief Imam should do, A, B, C, D. All those tasks that the chief imam must do will now give us the that this person is competent to be the chief imam. From there, we have now learning outcome. The duties, what must you learn so that you are able to perform this duty of chief imam? 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the learning outcomes. Learning outcomes, just to take us from where we are coming from, because we are saying we are not inventing the wheel. Learning outcome is when you go to class, kuna topic unapeana. We want to learn today about this, a very long topic. Then kuna subtopics. That is where we are talking of the learning outcome. We have that. I know these are very technical, but I'll try to break it down in a way that we shall all understand. The OS, Occupational Standards, it defines the competency units and elements. The competency units, I've said from the duties, we have those particular units of competencies that will help this person. Akishasoma hizo the units. Unit of competency, for your information and for you to understand, is like a subject. Tumesoea subjects in English, Kiswahili, IRE, all that. Those are subjects. So in TVET space, we call it competency unit. Under competency unit, we shall have subtopics or sub-areas that we shall be looking at them, and we are calling them the elements. When we give you this document, you'll be able to look at what a competency in a unit is. You'll also be able to look at what an element is. So under the big picture of competency, where we have one unit, Dr. Musa, is he around? I wish somebody could give me the experts. Who are the experts? I think there was an expert here. Yes, one unit in Islamic Studies, level 6. 1. Yes? No, the right name as per this document you will develop.
Apply Islamic Foundation.
Exactly. Tuongeleyo. Apply Islamic Foundation. That is the first unit of competence. When you break down, for you to understand this, the foundation of Islamic, then there will be subtopics. We call them the elements. In each element, and my expert here should be able to give me one unit, one element, and the Islamic foundation. You have the curriculum? Yes, but we want to be very specific. Let me just. Yes, apply Quranic literacy. Okay. Another one is next. Another one. Consensus principles. Apply consensus principles. That's just a sub topic that will enable you get grounded in Islamic in Islamic studies. So that is Islamic foundation. Under that, apply Quranic literacy. We have what is called performance criteria. Ndani yake sasa unafaa kujua nini in Quranic literacy, one by one. The small things that you are supposed to build up to be said. Now you have done the topic on Quranic literacy. That is what we set performance criteria. Performance criteria. And we shall also specify the assessment methods when we want to come and test whether you are well versed with Quranic literacy. How are we going to assess that? And remember, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, wanafunzi tofauti, they have different capabilities. So we shall have different approaches of assessment methods. So this ensures national and international relevance. Occupational standards is actually benchmarked with international practice, Islamic foundation globally. So that is where we are saying that document is very vital, and that one was done well by the ESAC. From there, we go to stage 4, where we are having curriculum packaging. So from the occupational standards, which is an industry document, it really speaks to the person. It speaks to the person of chief imam, nothing else. So that person is as per the OS. We want to go to class and try to come up with this person. We want to mold this person to this, to have the knowledge, the skills, and attitudes expected in the industry. That is where we package the curriculum. The curriculum is supposed to be used in class for content delivery. So the curriculum itself is packaged from the OS, where we have competencies groups into modules. Modules means in the current dispensation of our education in TVET subsector, we have a module, we're calling it module 1, module 2, module 3, and so on and so forth. Each module is supposed to be undertaken in 3 months. Then you undergo summative assessment. Then you get certification for that. Depending on which level, you will be under module 1 or module 2 to the highest. So we are saying it follows logical progression, meaning the highest hierarchy ways, Dr. Musa, I will be defined, but let me use my expert. I know the lowest should be imam at the lowest level. Yes, the highest will be? Muslim rector. Now, that Muslim rector should be able to understand what happens down there. You cannot rise to that level if you can't understand what is being done at the lowest level. So it should follow logical progression, that before you attain that highest level, you should be able to understand what Imam does. Okay? That is the approach. Then we shall integrate the theory. So we know practice is normally alienated to engineering, technical things. But even this, we shall want to come and assess, like the RPL students who have been practicing, the imams. They need to show us what they do. We come to their workplace, you do what you normally do, and then the assessor will be able to sit down and gauge you whether you are doing as per the packaged curriculum. So that will be the practice. We shall come to your workplace where you do what you are supposed to do. But in an academic scenario, then you will have to simulate. Your student will be your Muslim brothers in mosque. They sit down. You are supposed to administer and perform exactly that one. We see whether it's called simulated workplace practice. It's not be real mosque, miskiti, but you are doing it in class setup. We see whether you're able to do what's expected. It's called the practice, and of course the theory where you do the written exams. Module 1. Now, this Islamic studies is going from module 1 all the way to the highest level. We have foundation of Islam's, pillars of Islam, the core beliefs and practices, ethical and spiritual grounding. This is just my summary, but we shall go to the real thing in the document itself. Module 2 will address language and theology, intermediate Arabic literacy, Islamic theological principles, understanding primary Islamic texts, application of Akida. Akida. Yeah, good. Module 3. So module 1 is the lowest level. Here we administer assessment orally, no written assessment there. Because our course, Islamic Studies, starts at level 3. So here, we shall have question and answers, and mostly we shall rely on practice. We shall do more observation on what you do and foundations of Islam. Module 2 is the same thing, intermediate Arabic literacy, Islamic theological principles, understanding Islamic text, and all that. Still oral and practice. Module 3 now moves to craft person, and we are calling it level 5, where the student is supposed to do digital literacy, comm skills, Quranic scripture, Islamic education methodologies. So it's like we are moving higher now. This is what my colleague was saying, or Dr. Tari was saying, that if you go high, then written assessment is compulsory. Why? We are now bringing in issues to do with technology and doing good communication. These are the people now who can be employed in a formal employment, from the chaplaincy, working in prison and all that. This is where you are. You should be able now to give us the competence that you can communicate officially. You can use all the digital platforms as you perform your command mandate on this and below. Module 4, we have professional and pastoral practice, workplace ethics practice, EP, Islamic pastoral care, Islamic ceremonies, and special occasions. Here, you are now handling human beings face to face. So issues to do with human behavior, psychology comes into play. And then it means, therefore, you must, the cadre of that student should be above board in terms of academic qualification. Module 5 is management and research methodology, management of Islamic institutions, Islamic guidance, and counseling. All this time, I'm not talking about level, if you realize, Senor. But I opened by saying level 6. But I've taken you through module in a logical way. And this should be the last one, community engagement and research project, Islamic mission, Dawa, activities and conflict resolution, Islamic research project. So to arise, to get to this level, you must have begun down there. Because if you're going to perform this one, I believe, even if I'm not knowledgeable, there must be some things that you should be able to demonstrate competency at the lower level for you to perform this. See, that's true. Yeah, so that is the thing. Assessment strategy, we, as a council, TVET SIDAC, this is what the philosophy of CBET entails in terms of carrying out assessment. We have the formative assessment, where you train in your college, administer continuous assessment, and you populate, or you get the resource in a format that we shall require, where you put them in our portal. You keep all the evidences. CBET is about evidence-based. If you tell us this student can conduct Islamic activity or ceremony, this and this and this and this, we want to evidence that this student performed this in a simulated environment, and these are the videos. We see how well you did that work, and we'll be able to review that video and say, yes, indeed, you did that. So it's like most of the things are done at the college level, and that speaks to the kind of a trainer that is supposed to perform the training of this particular course, that he or she should be well-grounded and have the qualification required. So that when you give us the evidence that this student has undergone this training and he has scored these particular marks. Ours is just to bring one summative assessment, which is done maybe in 2 hours. But you see, 2 hours assessment may not really reflect so much about you. That is why we are saying some of these examinations are actually, instead of helping students, they kill their dreams, because in 2 hours you want to tell me I have failed. So we take into consideration your report, informative assessment. Then we add our report in summative assessment to say you're competent or not yet competent, that we are saying. By the way, in CBET we say you are not a failure. You just need some more time to showcase your competence. You are just not yet competent, but given time, you will perform well. There is no failure. And then we shall have practical demonstration I've talked about, final Islamic research report on the higher level. So in conclusion, the document, or rather our curricula, should be industry-driven and competency-based. We are going into modular and flexible structure. So when we say modular, it means we are doing them in modules. The adoption of module helps those students who want to just gain certain competencies and go to practice, as opposed to keeping a student for 2 good years, and then now you administer one exam, then you tell them you have failed. Does it really mean it doesn't have anything all these 2 years? That is wrong. So we want to subject you to training within 3 months. You undergo assessment, then you get what you can get. You proceed to the next one. But if you opt to move out because of maybe school fees, you have something to take home. In our current universities, and we are happy we have a representative from the university, if a degree is 4 years, and the student has been there for 3 good years, then the 4th year akakosa pesa, ataipata degree, atatoka in anything inaonyesha amesoma university, wasted life. So that is why we are saying in CBET subsector, we want to recognize every competency and certify that particular competence. When you go to, back in Nairobi, we have Grogon, Girinyaga Road, where they do our vehicles. Here, where do we go? We go somewhere. When you go there, you go with your Mercedes-Benz. There you get somebody who is specialized in the side mirrors of Mercedes-Benz. That is a skill that we must recognize. Somebody who just do the doors of the car, or somebody who just go in vehicle electronic system. He doesn't want to know about wheels or all that. That is the certification we are talking. We certify the smallest unit of competency that you can demonstrate. So that one takes into consideration. It produces skilled Islamic studies practitioners. We are confident in that because we have taken you through the foundation all the way up there. And we have made sure that you progress logically. It is aligned to TVET and national standard that what we are seeing. So unless there is a question there before I move to the next thing. So, occupational mapping for both Islamic studies, yes, sir. That one, eh? Or final research. Yes, I agree. I think that was for my presentation. Let's look at the document, whether I think it doesn't have Islamic. It's just final research project. I should think so. Just give us a minute. When we go to the real document now, we check whether it is there. I think when I was doing presentation, I should have missed that one. Yeah.
Question?
Yes, please.
I've been hearing the word rector being used so that we can understand.
So in a gradual, as he presents to Tafika, we are going to get the explanation of all those terminologies, why we chose them.
Yes, that should be the next thing after I've just gone through this PowerPoint. I show you the units, the way it has been packaged. Then now we go to the real document where we have defined those terminologies.
Another question. There was a day I was in a workshop somewhere with the government institutions. But when one of us was asked about his qualification, he said that he holds a degree in Islamic theology. But he was referring as an Islamic theology because we converge there, Muslims and non-Muslims. So that was the best language we had generally. But one of us challenged him that we Muslims don't deal with theology. You either say you're a holder of degree in either Islamic studies or Islamic sharia. So we felt a bit confused. And here I've just see somewhere, you highlighted in module 2 that there is Islamic theological principles. So can you at least, according to the terminology of the experts, the word theology, can it be used here, Islamic theology?
Sheikh, again, I'll humbly request that you wait. As he presents, things are going to open up.
I'm just... It's okay. He asked me, he asked whether anybody has a question.
It's okay, Sheikh Hassan. Nice, barakallahu fik Sheikh Hassan. Hii okay, kuna vitu ambavyo kwamba vimefanyika hapa. Kuna evaluation ambayo kwamba imeshafanyika. Na evaluation ilikuwa ikiangalia hizi terminologies zote. Mpaka kufikia leo kuna watu ambao kwamba wameketi na wametoa maoni yao. Lakini sio mwisho. Sio mwisho. Nafasi ya kudiscuss ipo. Shughuli ya leo ni kuja kuwaeleza kile ambacho kufanya nini kimepitiwa na wale ma-expert na wale watu wa SAC. Ambao kwamba SAC peke yake waliketi na sisi na ma-expert wiki nzima kwa ajili ya kupitia neno hadi neno. Na walikuwa na maswali haya. Issue ya the word theology kutumika kama mustalah katika mambo ya kidini, hili lilijadiliwa sana. Na tukagundua kwamba hili neno, wacha hili, kuna lingine ambalo kwamba litakuja huko mbele. Yako maneno mengi huko mbele yatakuja. ambao kwamba yalizua mjadala mkubwa sana, lakini mwisho wa kikao ile committee ambao kwamba ilikuwa ni ya expert na wale ambao kwamba ilikuwa ni watu wa SAC wa kuevaluate wakaafikiana kwa baadhi ya matamko ambao kwamba si kila mtu atakubaliana nayo, lakini hayo ndo maamuzi yalifanya nini, yalipita. Kuna hiyo unity ya theological principles ambao kwamba tulikuwa tunatafuta neno la kizungu ambalo kwamba litakusanya misingi ya kidini, kwa sababu katika hiyo module, katika hiyo unit tutazungumzia vitu vya akida na tutazungumzia vile vile madhahib na adiyan. Sasa tukatafuta neno gani ambalo kwamba litafaa, kikao kikaamua kwamba litumike. Kwa hivyo haya lakini uzuri kwamba murais, kwa sababu gani kirais tuna note. Kwa hivyo kwa hisani zenu usihisi kitu kanyamaza. Kila ukihisi kitu fanya nini? Ongea. Ukiongea toa kinote. Nafasi ya mazungumzo bado ipo, lakini mpaka kufikia hapa vitu vingi naomba Sheikh Hassan usioni dhikri yako, kullu mulahadha tulete na utakuwa na nafasi yake ya discussion. Fadhal Sheikh Hassan. Fadhal Sheikh Hassan.
I just want to know that
Naam.
I'm a good student. I'm here as a learner.
Naam, barakallahu fik.
I'm not criticizing anything.
Of course.
The response indicates that as if I'm criticizing anything.
No.
I just wanted to understand the professional languages.
Yes.
You know, on our side, some of us we have those language barriers. Yes. Those are professional languages.
Nice.
Wherever they're appropriate to be applied anywhere, we cannot challenge them because it is a professional formation. So I just want to be responded to.
Barakallahu fik. Barakallahu fik. Hapa tuna uzuri mmoja. SAC hapa, wale wakubwa wako hapa, ma-expert wako hapa. Is there any replacement of the terminology of theological principles to any other term heze kawa proposed hapa and we adopt it? Iko labda? Kwa sababu yani ni it's very simple. Ikiwa kuna any suggestion to erase, itakuwa confirmed baadaye na SAC, lakini tuna nafasi ya kutoa maoni. Lakini hiyo inshallah tumeinote kama mulahadha. Barakallahu fik.
Thank you so much, Dr. That is exactly what I wanted to say, that the reason why we are here is to validate. And at the onset of my opening speech, I said, nahitaji secretaries. Because from here, there will be more inputs, okay? And then next week, God willing, allow me, my senior here, to say that there will be virtual validation. We still want to reach far and wide to give us that one. So thank you, sir, you have given to us. And I think the Secretariat ensure you are noting it down so that now we subject to further discussion until we come up with something that we all buy to it and agree. Thank you so much. So here, just a replica of what I had said. My work here is just to show what entails this. I don't know if I put it in modules. Yes. Yes, so we have Arabic Linguistic Foundations, Module 1, starting at the lowest level, that is level 3. Should be able to learn Arabic phonetics, Arabic morphology, learning focus, accurate pronunciation, word formation, and structure at the lowest level. And judging from what has been displayed, this is something that can be assessed orally. Module 2 is sentence structure, functional grammar use, advanced syntactic analysis. At the back of your mind, remember, a module takes 480 hours, which is 3 months, 3 calendar months. Hours, we talk about 480 hours, where we have the contact hours, ndani yake, and the hours where a student is supposed to do personal studies or do practice That's what we call them the notional hours. So for 80 hours in 3 months, the student should be able to cover all this. And when he or she has covered all this, he will not go home empty-handed. He will get a slip for this, a resource slip. And if you want to go and say, I want to go and practice what I have learned up to module 2, then you apply for certificate. We give you at the time that you need the certificate. Module 3, communications and digital skills. We have, so don't mind about this. We shall also look at, I'm just giving a word that summarizes, but these are the focus. Digital literacy, com skills, Arabic grammar, the focus on technology-enabled language use, and professional communication. That is module 3. Module 4, professional practice, work ethics and practice, entrepreneurial skills, Arabic verbal communication, ethical conduct, spoken Arabic for workplace context. That is module 4. Research and literature, research methodology, Arabic written communication, Arabic literature. It's focusing on academic writing and literary analysis. That is level 5, which is module 5, which is in domicile in level 6. Module 6, advanced Arabic applications. Rhetorical styles, language mentorship, institution management, and research projects. The conclusion is still the same. Those are now the highlights, the core competencies that the student should undergo in their training for them to qualify to be a practitioner of level 6 Arabic language. That's what we are saying. All that is supposed to be for a student of whose entry behavior is as per the requirement of that curriculum, which is also stated in the curriculum that we are going to look at. So this is the highest cadre of Islamic studies, level 6, and Arabic language, level 6. From there, we break down now the different levels. Level 3 goes with module 1. Level 4, module 1 and 2. Level 5 should do module 1, module 2, module 3, and do we have module 4? That one we shall look at the document itself. So now let's go to details. This is now an excerpt of the curriculum, the occupational map for Islamic studies, level 3. Yes? You're talking to me? Okay. We are saying duration is 3 months, and it's only one module. This is an entry level to Islamic studies. It involves competencies that enables one to work as support staff in Islamic institution, Muslim prayer caller, muadhin, madrasa, and mosque caretaker. That is the extent to which an assistant Muslim support staff must perform. You undergo training, assessment, you qualify a qualification of level 3, which is the lowest. And I'm happy, Dr. You said the document has undergone evaluation. So I'm confident that I'm giving out a document that has been done, has been looked, rechecked, and agreed upon, but still there is room for slight changes I'm using the word slightly just because we need to move faster so that we have this document as soon as possible. See? Level 4, Muslim support staff. The duration is 6 months, 2 modules. So, in the spirit of modularization, this level 4 student must do 1, 2, 3, which is a replica here. Do you see? It's a replica here. So, meaning this student came with this student, that one, walipanda basi pamoja. They were going to Nairobi. Module 3, student alibaki Mtitwandei. Akaendelea na safari yake Mtitwandei. Mwingine akaendelea na safari hadi Nairobi, akawa ameachieve kuwa that. So at every station, you are certified. So we have this level 4 student is going all the way to do this particular unit of competency for him to qualify as a Muslim support staff of level 4. But in case this student did not have money, he has just done his 3 months, yet his destination was here, and akawa hana pesa. Anasema, waja nishuke Mtitwandei, nimalizane na safari yangu hapa hivi, baadaye nitakuja kuendelea. So, ukishuka, we are giving you certificate that kweli ulitoka Mombasa hadi Mtitwandei na uko na cheti chako. Time yako haitapotea, pesa ambayo ulitumia haitapotea. That is the modularization that we are talking about. Then we move on to level 5. Level 5, I hope if there's anything, maybe it could be an error, but my expert should be able to correct me. Is he still speaking? Or kuna kitu imeachwa? 3 to 4 modules. So if there's an error here, but we are saying you must do module 1, module 2, module 3. We shall see in the curriculum itself how many modules must you do, but we have been told it is 3 to 4 modules. We shall look at, we can even have, it depends on how much work you are doing, and we package in terms of module, and module is tied to time. That's where we arrive at modules. But of course, we cannot have so many modules because there is cost implication. Hatutaki kuweka sana shuleni, unasoma for so long, na ukakuna hiyo pesa. Next, level 6 is Muslim chaplain. Duration is 18 to 24 months, 5 to 6 modules. This involves competencies that enable one to work as all that. Next is the Arabic language, Arabic beginner, 3 months, to work as a support staff in Arabic affiliated institution and the Madrasa caretaker. That is also the competencies expected of a level 3 Arabic beginner. Level 4 is Arabic intermediate, duration is 6 months, and going for 2 modules to work as per what's highlighted, support staff, and also office assistant. Level 5, assistant Arabic instructor. So the word instructor is now coming into play. Should cover assistant Arabic translator, Arabic coach, Arabic interpreter, transcriber, office assistant, tour guide for Arabic speaker. That is the level 5 student. Last but not least, level 6 Arabic instructor, which is also going up to 24 months, between 18 to 24 months. And it can be packaged in 5 to 6 modules. And those are A to G, they're supposed to perform. So here is an assistant, here is a fully fledged, Arabic instructor. So from here, we have two documents now that we are going to demonstrate, to display here. We go step by step, and those people who are there during validation, you may also need to highlight if there were heated areas, and whether you agreed. That also will serve as a way of validation that you actually agreed on. But by and large, we shall just display the document. I believe we begin with Islamic studies from the highest, from the lowest module to the highest. Look at the units of competencies. We look at the elements, but sana sana tuangalie performance criteria, because hiyo ndio ina make or break that person. Anafaa kufanya nini hizo. So from there, if there is any issue, we shall be able now to discuss and agree on the way forward. We shall have validation checklists. Most of the checklists are administrative information, which we may not get so much. I think it's part of that, and we really don't have much to change there because it's for
TV.